How to live a fulfilled and happy life? I think every one of us would like to have answer to this question, and this is the topic of today's video. My name is Denisa, and since 2002 I've been teaching men, women and couples how to live a more fulfilled life, relationship and intimacy. And when I talk about relating, actually, we can't live a very happy relationship long term if we don't know how to be happy and fulfilled in ourselves. So we need to start with ourselves first. In fact, our happiness and fulfillment are not bound to any exterior circumstances. First of all, we need to create the feeling of being happy and fulfilled, and then we attract some sort of relationships, some sort of activities and events in our life. For example, if we don't believe in love and we feel alone and unloved, it's quite likely that even if we meet a person who loves us fully, we won't believe them, because our inner conditioning is nobody loves me, which means that in order to attract a loving relationship and a joyful events in our life, we need to tune into love and joy first. All of us, we are conditioned in a certain way how to experience, and this conditioning goes back to our childhood, even earlier to our birth, and even our prenatal experiences. There were many events which conditioned the way we perceive life. Often we tend to experience world in a similar way to our parents, unless we choose to do it differently. Because as much as we are conditioned, we also have the freedom to change our conditioning for the better. And we can learn, we can choose to come from a state of feeling lonely, for example, to feeling full of love. Yet, how do we change our conditioning? How do we change our patterns of experiencing in a certain way? First of all, we need to acknowledge the feelings we have rather than suppress them, which means that the first step is to become conscious about how we feel and see the world without not wanting what we have. We become aware of the way we experience, and once we are aware, we can start transforming the way we feel. Yet before that, very often we need to express and let go of our feelings. And some of our feelings are very, very old. They go back to bonding when we were little children, for example. And this feeling may come up again and again and again. So many people experience in a relationship that when they feel the most desperate in the relationship, for example, after a struggle with their partner, they feel very similar to how they felt when they were children. And this is the pattern which comes up again and again and again, even if we don't like it and we don't want it. The first step to transformation is to open up to how we feel without blaming anyone. For example, without blaming our partner. you did this and that's why I feel bad. But once we understand that in a certain way he or she are not responsible for how we feel, we can just observe and feel the feeling we have. And maybe we realize that we are sad or frustrated. Rather than analyzing the feeling or talking about it, we need to feel it in our body without resistance. And then we can just express it. Maybe we will have tears rolling down our cheeks. Maybe we will need to scream for a while. Maybe we will feel the rage we tried to suppress. And once we allow the body to express it, that's actually how we gain our freedom. That's how we let go. Many times we are approaching our emotions in a wrong way. The feelings which we consider unpleasant, we try not to have. And we analyze them. And we believe that if we are smart and understand why we feel what we feel, that we won. Yet this is not true. On the contrary, we don't need to understand why we feel a certain way, but what we need to do is to allow the feeling to rush through our body and express it freely. Without blaming anyone, without hurting anyone. It's just a stream of energy which wants to go through. And when we allow this with open heart, with full presence in our body, we actually become free. There is new space in our body and in our soul, and we can open up to more joy and love and pleasure in our lives. If we allow this process, actually the joy and love comes naturally, because this is our base. This is where we come from. It was only covered by the suppressed emotion. One of the most beautiful and powerful ways how to go through is to approach it through our body, because our feelings live in our body and they are expressed through our body, which means that when we activate our body, there is more feelings coming up. The activation, it may be through dancing or singing, moving and breathing. And of course, we activate our body when we make love and when our sexual energy goes up. That's actually why many people who are hurt in a certain way avoid making love with their partner, because once they start to make love and energy goes up, they can feel what they don't like to feel. Yet it's important to just allow it and let go, so that more joy and pleasure can come from underneath. A very beautiful tool to allow this process is sensual holistic massage, which is a beautiful ritual where your body is touched in a very present, loving and accepting way. And this, for many people, can be a beautiful impulse to just feel whatever they are feeling, be free to express it and let go. And once this is done, there is more pleasure and joy activated underneath it. This is actually how we access the fullness of our sexuality. Because our sexuality, it's not just this mechanical process, there is so much more to it. And we need to integrate also our heart and our soul so that we feel nurtured through our sensual experiences. If you feel inspired and you would like to experience this magical transformation and discovery, I invite you to visit our massage studio, where you can experience the sensual holistic massage, which is a beautiful whole experience which will touch you and teach you on so many levels. And if you want to go even deeper, join our transformational training in sensual holistic massage. It's a 10-day and it will transform your life.